Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a full moon yoga flow for February 2023's full moon. The full moon this year is in Leo, which is a very fiery, heart-based sign. So we're going to be working with that fiery energy, kind of getting our bodies moving very quickly and then restoring at the end of the class. And then after the yoga class, there is about 7 to 8 minutes of an intuitive card pull with an oracle deck. So if you're wanting some extra messages and some extra maybe journaling along with it, go ahead and stay after the yoga class for that. But go ahead and grab your mat. You might need a blanket to support your knees and a bolster to make it extra restorative and lovely at the end. And let's get started. Alright, welcome to this full moon yoga flow in Leo. We're going to start in a mountain pose, so feet are hip distance below, hands are facing forward, shoulders relax, glutes engage, core engage. Start to close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Feel the earth below your feet, all four corners of the feet pushing into the mat, pulling the energy from the earth up. Start to lengthen your breaths. Quiet the mind. Just prepare yourself for this practice. And now for our next few breaths, we're going to audibly exhale. So take a deep breath in with me. And then exhale audibly. One more time, inhale. Audible exhale. One last time, inhale. And exhale. Good. Find a normal breathing rhythm. Keeping your eyes closed, bring the palms of the hands together in prayer pose. And then start to rub the hands up and down, creating a friction, a heat in the hands, building that fire, that Leo fire, the fierce fire, protective fire, loving fire. And once you feel that nice heat building, place both hands over the heart. Feel that energy, that buzz, moving through the heart space. And just take a moment and enjoy. Let's do that one more time. Bring hands to prayer, heart center, and start to rub them together quickly, building the heat. And then both hands over the heart. Yes, feel that energy, feel that love. Feel maybe even some heat building in the body. And enjoy. Good, bringing hands back next to the hips, fluttering the eyes open. Coming to the top of your mat, moving the blanket off to the side. You'll need that in a little bit. We're going to do a few standing vinyasas. So mountain pose at the top of our mat. Inhale the arms up to the sky, extend a mountain. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins, nice long spine. Exhale, fold. Press the feet into the mat, bend through the knees, slowly roll yourself up. Feel every vertebrae. And then inhale the arms up. Extend a mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press the feet into the mat, bend through the knees, slowly, slowly, slowly roll yourself up. Kind of feeling like a cat-cow in the spine. Good. Inhale the arms up to the sky, extend mountain. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, fold. Press the feet into the mat, bend through the knees, roll yourself up, nice and slow. Arms go up to the sky, extend mountain. Hinge at the hips, fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One last time, pushing the feet into the mat, bend through the knees, roll yourself up. Arms go up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, fold. Hands come to the mat, feet go back. Now you can find a little flow, or you can just step back into down dog. So if you're flowing with me, release the knees to the mat, chaturanga all the way down. Inhaling cobra, open the chest to the front. And exhale, downward facing dog. Kind of just pedaling the feet out here. Now, if you have a hard time getting your feet to the front of the mat, you might want to grab some blocks and place them on their lower setting where your hands would go in down dog. Because we're going to be doing a few knees up, driving them forward. And this might help you just find more space to do that. So I always do this. I grab my blocks, downward facing dog. Now, inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, drive the knee through to the front, engage the core, and squeeze that knee to the chest. And then release to three-legged dog. One more time, drive that knee forward, pulling the energy up from the ground, squeezing the core up, and release to three-legged dog. One more time, drive that right knee forward, squeeze it to the chest, and exhale, release, three-legged dog. Right foot meets left, downward facing dog. You can try this with or without the blocks under the hands. I find it a little bit easier because I have a tummy, so it creates a little bit of space for me. Good, moving to the other side. Inhale the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Drive that knee through to the chest, pulling up through the core. And then release the leg all the way up to three-legged dog. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, drive that knee forward, squeezing it to the chest. Good. Release, three-legged dog. One more time, drive the knee forward, and release that leg all the way up. Downward facing dog. Just building a little bit of heat in the core there. Good, and then gently release the knees to the mat. Grab onto your yoga blanket and set it up kind of where your knees would go. Move the blocks off the mat if you are using them. So I like a nice comfy pad, so I make my yoga blanket like this. Put it in the middle of your mat. Find your downward facing dog again. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the foot through to meet the hands, finding a low lunge with a dropped back knee. And rise up. Your back knee's on that blanket. Hips are square to the front. Right hip is going back as left hip goes forward. Hands come to the front thigh and kind of lean into those hips. Low lunge. Growing tall through the crown of the head. Squeezing the glutes, keeping the glutes active, but also opening through the front. Good. Release to a half splits. So the front leg lengthens. You can either stay up high with your hands on your hips and kind of work on that hinge, or you can fold over the leg completely. Using your breath to guide you. Good. Start to push yourself up back to that low lunge, hands on the front thigh. And then we're going to go to a side lunge. So you're going to heel toe your foot out to the side. Doesn't have to be perfectly square to your hips, but just out to the side. I'll kind of show you guys like that. So you're going to be looking like that. Right elbow to the side and kind of lean into that hip. And kind of bounce left to right. Little side lunge opening through that inner thigh. Good. Heel toe yourself back to the low lunge. Hands come to that front thigh. Lean one more time. Both hands touch the mat. Right knee meets left. Lift yourself up to downward facing dog. Moving to the other side. So inhaling the left leg up to the sky. Driving that foot through to meet the hands. And releasing the back knee to your blanket. Rise up. Low lunge. Hands on the front thigh. Again, growing tall through the crown of the head. Squeezing the glutes towards the midline. Left hip back, right hip forward. Squaring those hips. And then just leaning as far as is comfortable. You might be up here just kind of focusing on a little bit of a lean. Or you could be getting pretty deep into those hips. And release yourself to half split. So straighten that front leg. Again, you can do hands on the hips, stay tall. And just focus on shooting that left femur back towards the back of the mat. Or you can kind of do that and then fold over the leg. Depends on where you are, how your hamstrings are feeling. Just meet yourself where you're at today. Good. Start to kind of push yourself up back to that low lunge. Hands come to the front thigh. Grow tall through the crown of the head. And then release yourself a bit up so that you can heel toe that leg out to the side. Left elbow comes to the thigh and lean into that side lunge. Kind of bounce up and down, or you can just stay leaning, whichever feels good in your body. I like the bounces. You probably know that if you've taken a class with me before. Good. Start to heel toe that foot back to the center, low lunge one last time. Both hands come to the mat. Left knee meets the right. Push yourself up and back, downward facing dog. We're doing that series one more time each side with a little bit of spice added in there. So we're going to lift our right leg, three-legged dog, and then pulse that leg up and down by squeezing the right glute. So pulse, pulse, pulse. Get a little fire burning. And then drive that right foot to meet the hands. Low lunge, back knee comes up. Rise up, hands come to the front thigh. Low lunge. Leaning those hips forward, whatever feels good. If you're noticing your back knee is kind of feeling a little sensitive, try folding the blanket one more time. Then slowly release to that half splits. Again, either up high or down low. You can also use blocks next to the leg to help support you. Start to rise up, hands come to the front thigh, lean into that hip. And release to that side lunge. So heel toe the foot out to the side, right elbow to thigh, lean into that knee. Again, You can bounce left to right, or you can stay leaning, opening through that inner thigh. Heel toe the back foot back to center, lean one more time. And both hands come to the mat. Right knee meets left, downwards facing dog. Lift the hips up, curl the toes under. Good, moving to the other side, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, float the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Squeeze that left glute as we start to bounce that foot up and down gently. Just baby bounces. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze. Good, and then drive that left foot through to meet the hands, low lunge. Back knee comes to the blanket. Rise up, hands to the front thigh. Again, growing tall through the crown of the head. Squeezing the glutes. Good. Then gently release to the half splits, up high or down low, whichever one feels good today. Start to push yourself up. Hands come to the front thigh. Lean into those hips. Good. Back off. Heel toe the foot to the left. Side lunge. Left elbow to thigh. Lean into that knee. Again, you can bounce or stay stagnant, whatever feels good. Good. Start to heel toe that foot back to center. Lean into those hips. Hands float to the mat. Left knee meets right. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to gently release to a child's pose. So I'm going to grab my bolster because I really like a bolster supporting me in child's pose. If you would like to do this, your bolster goes lengthwise or hot dog. And then you kind of just fold your body over the bolster. So knees wide, big toes touching, arms above the head. And just start to close your eyes and slow the breath. Let the earth hold you, let your mat hold you. Release the body to the mat. Maybe start to close the eyes and slow the breath down. Just releasing, surrendering to the energy you've built, maybe feeling it pulsing through the body. Noticing where your mind has floated and kind of bringing your attention back to this moment, the present. Allowing yourself to be here right now. Right here, right now in this moment. Start to kind of roll to one side, remove the bolster if you're using it. And then roll onto your back now. Palms of the feet are touching the mat. Knees are bent. Just start to windshield wipe the legs left to right. Good. Draw the knees into the chest, grabbing onto both knees with the hands, maybe crossing the ankles, and start to rock left to right, massaging the lower back. And then gently release both knees to the right side. Recline twist, arms go out to a T. And just start to close your eyes. Release the body to the mat. Again, try to be present in this moment. Releasing the body. Opening the heart up to the sky. Opening to love, to radiance. Compassion, and even passion in your life. Start to draw your knees back towards center, squeezing them towards the chest, and just rocking left to right again, massaging the low back. Just a few gentle rocks, and then let both knees fall over to the left side. Recline twist, arms go out to a T. Again, just surrendering to your mat, letting it hold you. Opening the heart up to the sky. Opening the heart to the sky. Begin to bring the knees back to center, squeezing them towards the chest one last time. And then releasing the legs long, finding your Shavasana pose. Maybe even using a bolster to support the knees. I'm going to do that today because that sounds lovely. Bolster under the knees. Blanket under my head is my favorite Shavasana. Find a pose, a variation of Shavasana that feels best in your body right now. And then just start to close your eyes. Slow the breath. Focus on the breath for a few moments. Really lengthening the exhales and the inhales. And then just do a quick scan of the body to relax into your mat fully. Starting with the toes, relaxing the toes. The ankles release. The calves relax. The kneecaps are soft. The thighs are soft. The hips release. The belly softly moves up and down for you. The heart space is open. The shoulders are relaxed. The arms and hands are weightless. The throat space is open. The jaw unclenches. The cheeks relax. The eyelids are soft. The brow unfurrows. The forehead releases. And finally, the entire body relaxes into the mat. Enjoy your Shavasana, my friends. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, just kind of gently waking the body up. And then maybe rolling the wrists and ankles in circles, finding some bigger movements in the body. And when you're ready, taking your time, rolling to one side of the body. Just pausing for a moment, thanking yourself for taking time for this practice, for your mind, body, spirit. And when you're ready, using 2 hands, push yourself up to an easy seat at your mat. Hands come to heart center. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me on this full moon. And I hope you stay and enjoy some introspection and some guided messages with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bink says thank you too. Bye friends. See you in the next section. Hi friends, welcome to this full moon in Leo Oracle deck card reading. I've got my golden healer quartz today. I just felt like a good stone today. Leo's like a very fiery, heart-based energy, and golden healer I feel like it just looks like that. And it's one of my favorite palm stones that I have. It's so beautiful, and I feel so much healing energy from it. So I've got that with us today. We're going to be reading from the herbal astrology oracle deck. I use this every full moon on these YouTube videos. And that's the only thing I use this deck for is full moon guidance. So it's very special to me. It's one of my newest decks, and I love providing insight from it, and I like reading from it. So let's get started. See what we need to hear about this spicy full moon in Leo. So go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Close your eyes. And another deep breath. Good. All right, let's see what the cards want to tell us about this full moon in Leo. What do we need to know? Let's shuffle till something flies out. I'm going to pull a couple cards and then I'll do the full reading. Okay. This almost feels like it might be a little bit Valentine's Day themed right now. All right, we'll do one more. I've got 3 cards, but I want to do one more. Oop. Okay, we got one really jumping out. Alrighty. So, for this full moon, I'm getting a theme of love and change and radiance. So love life might be changing. The way you love might be changing. We're here to learn things about these changes. And we're going to come out better for it. We're going to be so radiant, standing into our power. We've got Rose, Arnica, Jurgon, Sacha, and St. John's Wort. I'll show you the cards in a minute, but yeah, what I'm reading is love is happening. It's going to be teaching us things about ourselves, about our lives. A lot of times our love relationships, even friendships, mirror things in us maybe we don't want to see, or maybe we really enjoy seeing about ourselves. So love is a great teacher for life in general. It forces you to learn things you didn't know you needed to learn, to see parts of yourself you didn't know were there. And I think that's kind of where this transfiguration comes in. Love can be so volatile, but at the same time force you to change things about yourself. I know I'm definitely going through this right now as myself. And this could be a positive transfiguration or a negative one. Breakups could be happening, or you could be taking bigger steps in your relationships with other people. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be a partner thing. It's probably just love in general. Maybe you're also changing the way you love people, drawing boundaries, stepping into your power. I think that's where the Radiance card comes in here, is these changes that are happening in love, these lessons we're learning in love are going to help us to step into our radiance, step into our power, really glow from an inside. So I'll show you the cards in the order I pulled them in. So the first one I pulled was Rose, and it's love. And look how beautiful that card is. I am obsessed with these cards and the illustrations and just the vibe. Like, that to me is love. Doves are in there, hearts, the rose thorns, very interesting. And then the next one I pulled was Arnica, which is our teaching moment. And you can see a woman crafting brews here, learning. The beautiful wolf at the top, sunflower. So if any of those, that's actually probably an Arnica flower. I've just never seen an Arnica flower before. So if any of those symbols resonate you, this is probably even more of a reading for you. The wolf and the flowers, the rose petals, the dove. The next one that came out was, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Shurgan Sacha Transfiguration. Look at that beautiful snake and the fire and the smoke billowing. This is such a beautiful card, and I think it is very important to our message. Things are burning down to the ground and changing. Again, this could be good or positive, or it might be bad in your mind, but it really is positive. Change is good. Change is scary, but it is good. It forces us to grow and become who we want to be. And I think that's where this card came in, the St. John's wort Radiance. And St. John's wort is this beautiful yellow flower. And it looks like we also have like a blue jay and some rabbits and a doe. And then this back here is a burning house. So that's a very interesting card. Radiance, there's this beautiful woman running with the animals. So getting some Pocahontas or Disney Cinderella vibes. Stepping into your power, getting back to your roots, radiating goodness into the world. Yeah, I really enjoyed that reading. I think that was a great reading for February, a great reading for this full moon in Leo energy, kind of a heart-based sign Leo is. So definitely a love-based reading was very fitting. And yeah, I just think that leading with your heart this month is a great choice. And focusing on our loving relationships, how we love and how those might be changing right now could be really beneficial for you. And yeah, I think that's it for our reading. I don't want to keep you too long, but if you want, you can journal about this reading afterwards, and maybe even journal about a few things you thought of while listening to this reading, and a few things you want to bring in with this full moon. I usually just free write on my full moons, and that's really helpful to kind of figure out what kind of things I'm wanting to bring in and manifest in my life and how I want this month to go. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the yoga class, and I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you guys next month for the next full moon flow. Bye, friends.